Welcome everyone. I'm just trying to share the live here before I get started. You guys can all help me out if you like. We're going to do a spirit box session here. I just want to get a lot of people were asking to go live so that they could connect with their loved ones. So I'm just trying to find all those people now. All right, we're going to get started here. I'm going to turn everything on. Make sure that's on. Whoops. All right, we're going to turn on my paranormal music box. Once that settles. Okay, so the sensor is right here, which means it's pointed up, and there's nothing above the ceiling, so nothing should be making it go off. If it continues to do that, I'm going to have to turn it off because it could be being triggered by dust or something if it's too sensitive right in front of me. I have my static meter here. If it goes in the red, if the red lights up, that means that it's negative static charge, and if it goes to the blue, then that means it's a positive one, and we can actually use that to communicate, and that's what I did 2 days ago, is I used the static meter to communicate with a friend's loved one who had passed. The music box was also going off quite a bit. The cat ball, however, did not. And now I just set that off, obviously. So the cat ball, once it settles, the only way that it's going to go off is if it's physically being manipulated. Caves. Did you come from the caves? Oh, we've got some static electricity happening here. Did you come from the caves? Welcome everybody. Did you come from the caves, spirit? Oh, there's the static meter going off again, which means somebody here wants to interact with me. There might be somebody that came into the room that spirit really wants to chat with too. Now, because this cat ball has stopped flashing entirely, the static meter keeps flashing, that means the only way it's going to go off now is if it's physically being manipulated. Something's trying to come forward. Zachary. Well, Zachary, it's nice to meet you. My name is Sherry. You can call me Riri. I see that you're trying to communicate with me. You can come a little closer. It's okay. This device here is just going to let me know that you're getting closer to me, and then we can use it to speak to each other if you like. You can give me a red light for no and a blue light for a yes response. Did you die in the caves? That might have been me, honestly. I may have gone a little too close. That's your sibling's name? Do they relate to caves in any way? Hi there, welcome. Now, that device with the blue light on, that is a movement activated music box. It keeps going off and the sensors are pointed up to my ceiling, and there's nothing above me, and I live alone, so there's no reason for it to go off. However, if I got my phone a little too close to it, it could have picked that up.
A bad spirit.
Oh no. Are you a bad spirit? I hope that you're not a bad spirit. Oh, no, that definitely wasn't me. It's definitely detecting something. Now, I know that there is a bad spirit that is attached to me. Yes, someone hiding. This is real. This is an actual person doing this live. So this is a bad spirit that I probably picked up about a month ago when I did a live at a cemetery. It's been attached to me. I do believe that it is an elemental spirit, which means it's never been human. I think it was there to protect the cemetery. I tried for 3 weeks to get rid of it until I finally went and sought help from a shaman who assured me that it was gone. And I know that not to be true now. It keeps interfering in my lives, and then I have to go and do a bunch of cleansing during these lives in order for spirits to come through because the entity wants to take over. Hello from Ontario. I'm in Alberta. What's the weather like down there? How's the smoke? Yeah.
Hi.
I kind of wondered if this evil entity was going to show themselves tonight. You are, hey? You're gonna mess with my stuff tonight, hey? Well, you know I have all the tools over there that I can clear this, right? Yeah, you don't like that idea. Yeah, I know you don't like that idea, but it's just sitting right there and I can go and get it, and then I can leave the chat to, have a conversation with their loved ones without you interrupting. Well, I'm glad to hear the smoke's not that bad. The smoke was pretty thick here for a few days back. You can absolutely ask anything. Sometimes it helps if you are up in the boxes if you want to connect. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to. It took a couple tries for a friend of mine to join live, and 2 nights ago he finally connected for the entire live with a loved one because he was up in a box. But the first time it just wasn't happening. But that's how it goes, right? Like, they don't have to speak to us and it takes a lot of energy. But you can go ahead and you can ask in the chat if you want, or you can request a box if you like. It's up to you. It might be better if you waited until there was something that resonated with you to come up in a box, but you can go ahead and ask and I can relay the message. Plus they can also see. Yes, you're verifying that. Thank you.
Walk back.
Walk back? You want me to walk back to the cemetery? Well, that's what I was planning on doing tomorrow. I'm planning on doing another investigation there, probably alive. But if I go back there, I'm taking more things to protect myself this time, right? You know that, right? Yes, you do.
This is helping me.
Is it helping you? I'm glad that it's helping you. Because I'm sure that it's helping a lot of people, actually, to know that death is not the end. That's just us shedding the vehicle. You just watch a lot of, yeah. I mean, I've been doing this for decades, and up until recently, I just used, the typical camera and, flashlight technique, really. I didn't bother getting all this scientific stuff, but I do like to disprove a lot of things, and I feel like if I can back it up with the equipment, then, how can anybody deny that? And I've had quite a few skeptics now turn believers simply because of my lives that I'm doing. And it's just stuff like this, we can sit here for 10 hours and more than half of it was an intelligent conversation with one person connecting with their loved one on the other side. That's happened to me multiple times now. You're powerful.
Powerful.
Hi, welcome back. You're powerful. I'm pretty powerful too. Now, I'm not a medium and I'm not a psychic, but I am an empath. I can sense energies, and I definitely know that I have an attachment still. It's not near as strong as it was before the shaman and before the 3 weeks of me doing cleansing and grounding and you name it. But there's a cord that needs to be cut now from this little elemental sprite, is what I believe it is, a sprite. That's right, you're acknowledging that. You are a sprite. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I knew it. But I'm powerful in my own way because I'm not a witch or anything like that. But I am protected by the light and the love of God. And so, yeah, you're verifying that. That's right. And so you cannot harm me. Thank you. Yes, I've done the EVPs and dowsing rods as well, yeah. I mean, dowsing rods can be really beneficial for, communication of just yes and no. And of course, you have call and response with the EVPs. 15. Again, there's nothing above me but a 3rd floor of the apartment building. 15, I'm not sure I understand you. I'm not sure I understand. Oh, see, that might have been me setting that off. Was that me setting that off, Spirit? Yes? Okay. Then I'm just going to turn it off then. If every time I have to move closer, it's just going to go off. Because that sensor, this is the sensor right here. And because it's on my laptop and it's not a flat surface, it won't stand up properly to sense in a direction. So I just had it laying down. Yesterday it wasn't going off, laying there for most of my life, and then for about 57 minutes, anytime that my friend connected with his loved one, it went off. Yes, you're verifying. Thank you. Gertrude. Does anybody in the chat relate to a Gertrude? Wow, I see that you're already draining my battery, huh? Started at 100 and I'm down to 82 and it's only been 10 minutes. You're not that powerful though. I've seen it drain a lot faster. Sorry, I'm just going to plug in my phone here, guys. There we go. I'm just going to turn that off and turn it back on here. Make sure that you're not draining the battery of everything, because that light should be on. Oh, well, you're just going to show me that you have negative charge, hey? Okay, well, you can back up now. Okay, back up. Thank you. I get it. You have power. But you still do not have any right, any dominion over me. You have no right to harm me. And you have no right to take any of my energy.
Night whispers.
Is that why I don't sleep? Are you whispering to me and keeping me awake? I have horrible insomnia. I don't actually remember what day I'm on right now, if it's 4 or 5. But I have gone 8 days without sleep. And let me tell you, your blinks feel like hours at that point. So Spirit, can you verify that you are whispering in my ears and keeping me awake? I don't like calling you a spirit because I don't believe that you are a spirit. I believe that you're an entity. Are you the one that's keeping me awake? Remember, the red is for no.
Electric.
Electric, that's right. That's right. That's exactly what it is. It is a electrostatic meter. And so we were going to do red for no and blue for yes, or green for yes. So can you verify for me that you are the one whispering to me, keeping me awake? Oh, you're going to be quiet now? Well, I can go and grab some of my stuff and clear the space and let some, real spirits come through and talk to the chat. I bet you don't like that idea. All right, well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You guys keep an eye on it. And I'm going to go to... That was me that just turned that cat ball on, because I moved the laptop. Here, I'll just... you'll be able to see the shining green light, I think. I'm just going to be right here anyway. I'm just going to grab a couple things here to clear the energy. We're going to start with these simple things first, and then we'll work our way up if you're going to be like that. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and set down St. Michael. You don't like that, do ya? You do not like that.
Steven.
That was red AF. That was red AF. Steven. And now see, it turned to blue, which means that I probably just cleared away that energy. Did I? Did I clear away that energy? With just this St. Michael? Yeah? Okay. You're trying, so maybe not fully? Alright, let me grab some more things here, okay? So, how about a couple more crosses then? Hey? Will the crosses help? They should. That was a flash, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to put another one here too, okay? Thank you very much. This is a nice one too. Thank you. All right. I'm also going to spray my sage and salt water, because that really does help immediately to cleanse without having to smudge. So we've got sea salt and wood sage spray. And I'm just going to spray around me and try to cleanse some of that negative energy away. And we're going to see about doing a single tone of the Tibetan bells as well. And then I'm going to hopefully get some more responses from actual spirit and not entities. Thank you. That was immediate. Thank you so much, spirits. Thank you. That was immediate. That is usually what happens when an entity that is not so friendly, not necessarily malicious, but not so friendly, tries to take over. I generally have to do a bunch of these things in order to get the spirits to come through. This is an app that has a database of words that are put into it. No sentences, no grammar, or punctuation rather, there's grammar. Thank you, Spirit, for acknowledging that. And Spirit can go in and manipulate to create sentences to respond to us. And the validity in it is when every response is an intelligent response, and it is pertinent to the question asked and to the person that is wanting the answer. I can't type anything in. In fact, in the settings here, the only way to get to it is you have to stop the ability to record and communicate. You go into the settings and there's actually nothing that you can really click on to do, right? A dictionary that you can load and you can change the languages, but that's about it. And then in order to save it, you have to stop recording as well. So Spirit Music Box, which is just exactly what I have, only that is an actual app that they have. And what I have is Paranormal Music Box. This is just a different way of speaking to spirits, like a Ouija board, only this has a whole dictionary of words in there, and you can change depending on where you're located, right? And so now that I've done that, and I need to go back. So, like I was saying, the only way that you can even access that, and there's no keyboard on it whatsoever, is you have to stop the screen from recording, and that's when you can go in and you can save your chats so that you can go back and look at later and see if maybe you missed some things that, you know, were on there before and what have you. So yeah, now that I'm in here, I don't even know which one to click on to get back to English, because none of these, that one's English. How the hell is that English? That doesn't look like any English flag I've ever seen, but okay, dude, whatever. All right, so now then to exit out of here, you know, I got to go back and start the chat over. Thankfully, it will have saved that just for me to show you. This is one of the, thank you. This is one of the only apps that I would ever recommend. And it is definitely worth paying the, you know, $13 for, because of how accurate it is. Almost all of paranormal investigators, even ghost hunters and ghost adventures, have used this spirit talker, or they've used Necrophonic themselves. I know that for a fact. They have other equipment just like I do, but sometimes different spirits require different equipment in order to communicate. This is my phone that is a little computer that has a camera in it, and right now I'm filming you, and the people that are watching are able to see what you're responding. Can you maybe light up some of the lights on the static meter for them? You can use, thank you. You can use the red light as no, and the blue light as a yes, or the green light as a yes. Are you a recent spirit?
Celebrate.
Celebrate. Oh, does it look like I'm celebrating because I have the lights? It might look like I'm trying to celebrate, but it's just, I don't have lights in my living room, and so I need as many as I can get. Plus, it helps you to come speak to us. Oh, okay, I get it. It was the flag of England, but not UK. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. I thought that was like some kind of medical flag. I was confused. If you're wanting to have a message from Spirit for you, you're going to have to ask something. Can you tell me, Spirit, are you a recent spirit? Did you pass recently, within the last decade? Remember, the red is no, and the blue or the green is yes, okay? You can also move that ball. Boat. Celebrate and boat. Okay, maybe there's somebody in the chat that knows what Spirit is trying to say. Celebrate, boat. Was there some kind of occasion where Maybe you were celebrating on a boat. There was an accident at a celebration on a boat. Anything involving a celebration in a boat, basically. No? Spirit chat would like to know if their father is watching over her.
Upset me.
Oh no, have I upset you? I'm really sorry that I've upset you. Is it because I'm not understanding you? I'm really sorry. I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm just an empath. I pick up on energies. So, I can try to help you. I can pray for you. I can cross you over if you want me to, but you need to ask for that. I will not cross over a spirit that does not ask, because they can get very angry. Very angry. They can also get stuck. I'm sorry that I've upset you, Spirit.
It's my happy place.
It's your happy place? The boat is your happy place? Yeah, I think I think you're right. Yeah, I think it might be that the boat. You're in Camrose as well? I think that you might mean, am I right? Yeah? Yes? Okay. So the boat is your happy place. Did you pass away when you were on the boat? Oh, yes, you did? I'm very sorry. Was that accident around here?
Phantom.
Yeah. I am sorry, but I believe that you are a phantom. It's funny that you use that word, though, because that is inherently like a Spanish word, Mexican word. Phantom, phantasma, Phantom isn't really, I'm right? There's something there? Am I on the right track? Were you in Mexico? Were you on a holiday when this accident happened? You're south by Drum. I know, right? Poor Spirit. It's awful. You're by Edmonton. Okay. The phantom has me shook because that's not really a word that people use these days to describe spirits unless they are... Okay, so you're not from a recent time then. I think maybe you were on holiday when this happened. Were you on a cruise maybe? Were you on a cruise ship? Maybe you need some more energy, hey? My EM pump was supposed to arrive today, and now it's not going to be here till Monday. Yeah, I'm sorry, because that would have given you a really good boost. But I do have a lot of lights that you can use if you'd like. You like that idea? Would you like me to get some lights for you? Yeah, the Titanic, it may be, but, Oh, God. Okay, well...
1700s.
That wasn't in the 1700s, though, was it? But damn. Right? Not the 1700s, but damn. You're definitely not a recent spirit. My goodness. You're gonna Google it? Because I think that it was from the early 1900s. I believe that's when the Titanic was, like 1911, 1908 or something. Oh yes, some boat incidents in the 1700s. That's a great question. So Spirit, yes, it was 1917. Okay, Spirit, were you a crew member on the boat? Yes? Were you the captain? You were the captain? Yes? Oh my goodness, we are speaking to spirit royalty. We are speaking to a captain from the 1700s. My goodness. It is very nice to meet you. I'm going to assume that you are a male, as there really wasn't any female captains way back then. There's still not a lot of female captains. Can you tell me what your name is, sir? $1912. Even still, yeah. I knew it was like the early 1900s. I was thinking around 1911-ish. You will talk to me?
I will talk to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is why I do what I do, is so that you can talk to me and I can talk to you. Your story is not over just because your body isn't here any longer, you know? You agree, right? So, Spirit, can you tell...
Tranquility.
Tranquility? Oh. Is that what you would like, is tranquility? I'm in my living room in my apartment. That's where I'm doing it. But when you are an empath, it doesn't really matter because spirits will come. But I also do have an entity that's attached to me. And I also have a lot of orb activity. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a haunting happening here, but there's a heck of a lot of orb activity. My security camera is constantly going off here. Voice. Yes, this is giving you a voice. I do have other devices that can give you a much better voice, a much louder voice. But in this small area this late at night, unfortunately, I can't use those right now. But you can definitely keep using this device. You can use the static meter to talk to me too. Don't forget that the red is for no and the blue is for yes. I'm just going to reset the buttons here. Okay, fine. I'm going to turn you off. And I'm going to turn you back on then, if you're going to be a pain in my butt. Thank you. You can also play with this cat ball. You have to move it in order for it to go off. But my REM pod is going to make a whole bunch of noise and wake up all the seniors that live next to me. And so will my paranormal music box and my spirit box. So we're going to do this one. But I can give you some more battery juice if you'd like. Ooh, that's very good. But why would they end up here, though? I mean, maybe on the coast of Canada, that would actually make sense. So, sir, if you are indeed a captain from the 1700s, can you tell me what your name is and where you were going? Where were you off to in your boat? Patricia, oh my goodness.
Patricia.
And the Netherlands, yes. I wonder if Patricia was the name of the boat. Is there a boat named Patricia from the 1700s, you think? That capsized? Patricia. Because, I mean, they do name their boats after women, right? Okay, so you did give me a name, but I mean, I don't believe that you are a woman. Oh,
Tom.
Tom. Is your name Tom? Okay, here's a funny thing. That's my ex-husband's name, so that just gave me a mini heart attack. um, okay. Sir, is your name Tom? Can you verify? Can you give me a flash of the green or the blue to verify that I'm speaking to someone named Tom or Thomas? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Captain buried in Victoria, BC, and all his children are buried on each corner of his plot. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. See, that I find fascinating. That's really the only part of history that I really like, is learning stuff like that. Pelican, okay. Tear or tear. It could be either. Are you shedding tears? I'm sorry if this is upsetting. I'm going to grab a couple of flashlights for you, because you can use them for power, because that might just be what you need. And I'm also going to grab some things to clear some energy too, because I think there might be a little bit of stagnant energy still hanging around. I'm just going to check with my K2 real quick. Oh, we got tons of energy right here, and there really shouldn't be any, because normally this is just at a flat green. When I do these, it's normally sitting right here. And the fact that it's bouncing all over the place just means that my REM pod would have been just making all sorts of racket. So I'm going to give you this flashlight, and it's got all sorts of ways for you to take some extra battery out of it, okay? I know that sometimes that will instantly help the messages come through. So Hazel. Okay, Hazel's a good one too, because Hazel could be a name of a boat. It could be a woman's name. It could have been a port. Like a tear in the sail too. I never thought of that. Okay, sir, whoever I'm speaking to, I don't really want to keep calling you sir, just because I don't really know. Was there a tear in the sail? Is that what happened? Can you give us some kind of verification? I know you're trying, and it's really hard, especially if you're a really old spirit. Sometimes it takes a lot more for you to come through. And I said I was going to grab a couple of things to help clear the energy, and I'm going to do that really quickly. Just in case there's something else hanging out.
There's a curse.
I know there's a curse. I know there is. And that's why I need to go back to the cemetery. That's why I'm doing all of these cleansing things. So what I'm going to do here, because that just came through at the most opportune time when I said I was going to go and get some things to cleanse. They don't like that stuff, right? So I'm going to do a couple things again to try to harmonize the space and clear away some of this dead energy. I'm going to spray first this time, again, with my sea salt and wood sage spray. Just all around me in particular, because I have this attachment. God, I love the smell of it. It's just so,
Careful.
I'm being very I'm being very careful to try to be respectful to you, spirits. Do not be afraid. This isn't going to harm you. This is just going to push the malicious entity away so that you can come and talk to me a lot more freely, okay? Again, I will just show I've got Saint Michael sitting here. as soon as I put St. Michael down before, it instantly pushed the evil spirit out of the room. I've got this cross here. And I've got this one right here as well. There we go. Static meter is going. Okay, so that's helping a little bit, hey? Okay, you don't have to be scared. I'm just going to do some tones. I'm going to start with the singing bowl. Okay? Yes, you agree. I should start with the singing bowl. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to keep that in the shot at the same time. I'll try to put it like that. There we go. I'm just going to put this on my lap and try to hold it like that for you guys. Nope, that's not going to work. It's not going to work because my knees want to move around too much. Okay. So I'm just going to do the singing bowl here. I'm going to move the static meter out of the way so that you guys can see. I'm just going to do a quick harmonizing tone. There was a green flash there.
She's over there.
Thank you. Again, immediate, which means that what I'm doing is helping. She's over where? Can you tell me where she is? Can you tell me where she is? Oh, static meter's going off. Is she over to my left? Is that why the entity keeps telling me to go left? Because I feel it on my right leg. Right above my knee, like a bony little toddler's tailbone or elbow digging right into the fleshy part right above my knee. So is she to the left? Can you help verify, please? You need a little bit more help? I think you might need a little bit more help, eh? Oh, really? The HMS Ontario? Wow. 17. Wow. Okay, that's really pertinent information. Let me just tell the spirit this. Okay, so spirit, HMS Ontario sank in a storm in Lake Ontario in 1780 and was a warship. Were you a member of that ship? Are you aware of that ship? Of that wreck?
Madam.
I guess that is what they would call me. It's madam. Hang on here. Are you wanting to come up because you need to connect with spirit right now? Because I need to do a couple more things here to cleanse. Because I don't think that spirit is really able to come through. Captain is polite. Very. Thank you for flashing that. You wanted me to, yes, you wanted me to continue cleansing? Okay. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do tuning fork right now.
Are you okay?
Again, that was immediate. I am, thank you. I'm feeling very well now that I have done this. Thank you for flashing green. Thank you. Thank you for caring so much. I love that you're trying to protect me. I'm going to do a couple more tones, all right? Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to try is the Tibetan drum. I don't know if you guys can see the pattern in the back there. It's kind of big to show in front of the camera here, but I'm just going to do a couple and...
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. You saw it. It's okay. Thank you for verifying, Spirit. I'm going to finish with this, and then hopefully you will be able to come through a little bit better, okay? Okay, thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to do that and for coming through so nicely. That was beautiful, as always, beautiful. So hopefully now that will have pushed away. Did that help? You were just flashing at me. That helped? Okay. Hopefully that pushed that negative entity back. She can stay where she was at, hey? I do too. I think that this gentleman that I'm speaking to is very respectful. I think that he's having trouble communicating, maybe because all of this is very new, and that might be why he's fearful. This is technology that did not exist, 50 years ago, let alone 100 years ago. So to be in the 1700s, I can't imagine. But I do want to assure you, spirits, you're religious.
I was religious.
You're religious, okay. So would you like me to pray for you then? I can do that later when I do prayers tonight, if you would like that. Or I can try to cross you over. But if you would like me to do that, you need to be specific and tell me. Would you like me to do prayers? Or would you like to go to heaven? Or would you like to stay? That's entirely up to you.
Wealthy.
Oh my goodness. So you were religious and wealthy on a boat. I mean, that sounds so much like the Titanic. I mean, come on. Susie, what's up, hun? Am I on the right track thinking Titanic? No? Were you responding to the Susie? Yeah, well, and I mean, wealth back then is totally different than the wealth that we would consider today, too. I mean, it's hard to decipher, and that, like I said, I'm not a psychic, I'm not a medium. I can't say for sure what these messages mean. I just know that whoever is coming through, and it could be multiple, they're really trying hard to stick with that story. So
we need energy.
I know you need energy. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab a couple more lights for you then, okay? Because that one might not just be enough. And that's totally fine. I've got lots. And that's why I had them at the ready, because I knew I was going to need them.
It's dangerous.
I know it's dangerous. I'm very sorry, but I'm used to it being dangerous, sir. I'm protecting myself, and I'm trying to protect the chat as well as I'm protecting you while I'm doing this. Okay, so we've got some more lights here for you. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to turn all the lights on. Because maybe you just need all the lights on this one, hey?
Standing beside you.
Are you? Oh, well, you've already affected this one. So that only two lights will come on at one time, and 4 of them should come on. So you're standing beside me. Is that because you're trying to protect me? So there, we've got lots more lights here for you. You can take the energy out of these devices. You can take some energy out of my tablet. It's only at 88%, so that's really good. My phone's at 86. Even though it's charging, it's still draining. Black mirror. There's no black mirror.
Frustration.
Frustration. Oh, you're talking about the screen that you see right now? And you can see this blue thing, right? In the reflection. That's my ghost LED on my wall. And this is definitely not Netflix. This is live on TikTok. Netflix. You're on TikTok. How can it be Netflix? I don't understand. You might be frustrated because you're having trouble communicating with me. And I totally understand that. It can be very frustrating because you don't understand how these devices work. But there's a dictionary in here, and all you have to do is search for some words and you can make sentences. You had a long life.
I had a long life.
This did flash again. I think that it's trying to drain the battery of the static meter. And I think that's why sometimes the flash is just very, very small. So if I turn it on, turn it off and turn it back on, it might give it a juice boost. You had a long life. Does that work for you? Okay. You had a long life? Okay, sir, can you tell me, how old were you when you passed? See, because now the light's flashing again because I think he wants to come closer. And it's okay. You can come closer. These devices are not going to harm you in any way. In fact, I have my crosses and everything here just to try to help protect you. Okay? And, you can do things that might take up a little less energy, like playing with the cat ball or making the lights light up. You can use the red light for no and the blue light or the green light for a yes, like we talked about. But you can try to drain some of these batteries on all these devices. I'm surrounded by devices right now. Absolutely surrounded by devices.
He screams.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, I've seen Black Mirror. I mean, they don't have a lot of paranormal stuff on there, but they do have some. Black Mirror is pretty out there though. I mean, for taking any 420, I suggest doing that a lot before watching it. It'll probably make a lot more sense. He screams. Okay. I mean, that's terrifying.
Sun.
You see how the messages are coming through faster now? That's because now they have a little bit more energy. And the more people that come in the live too, that will help, especially if they are sensitive in any way, like myself. And again, if anybody in the chat has questions that they want to try to ask, reach out to.
No.
I mean, it could be his son screaming and moaning. Yeah, it could very well be, not sun as in the sun in the sky. That's true. But yeah, if you would like to try to connect with somebody, or you think that this might be connecting with you in some way, you can request to come up on a box, and sometimes that helps. It's not a guarantee though. Back in the 1700s, I'm sure that they were probably all sick at one point, because I mean, they would have rats on board and they would just be flu. And I mean, it's wet and cold and not a lot of fresh, well, they didn't have any fresh fruit, so a lot of scurvy. We haven't really determined. Oh, scurvy. Did you die from scurvy, sir? I hit a note with that one. And you know what's funny is that I have been on the verge of scurvy twice. Because I had 2 eating disorders and I got very, very sick and I was unable to eat anything for over 30 days. And when I did eat, everything would just come up. And I've been struggling for the last 12 years now with staying above that line. Agatha, see, that's more of a name from back then too. Okay, so Sir, we think a boat, but we're not sure, no. That could very well be that the ghost could be speaking another language because, like they said, phantom, right? And phantom is just a word that, I mean, maybe in the 1700s they used that a lot. They may have, in fact, now that I've said it out loud. Is that true, sir? That light was just going crazy. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to ask this. What country, what country were you from? Because I don't think that you are Canadian. I feel like you might be from the old English. Like I feel like maybe you were from old London. Hey Benny, how's it going? Did you finally get the video? Could be Irish too. I have a feeling that it's like really old English. Like,
Forgive my sins.
okay, so you would like me to pray for you then? Okay. I'm gonna take that as a you want me to pray for you. Can you just give me a verification, please, though? Yeah, definitely feeling European for sure. That's my feeling. I feel like I'm being pulled to, like, I want to say Jack the Ripper. That's what I'm feeling. British warship with sails. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Spirit, can you validate for me that you are from the United Kingdom, from Great Britain, from England? Can you give me a flash of green or a flash of blue on here? Or an answer, please? Benny, I sure hope that you were able to watch that video finally.
There's a priest.
There's a priest? You'd want me to get a priest then? So you want Catholic rites done? Yes, okay, that was a good flash. Could be Rome too, yes, yeah. Okay, grazie, signora. I don't know if they're Latin, but we're gonna find out. Can you tell me, were you from Rome? Were you from Italy? Okay, well that was a flash. Because I thought that you were from England. Maybe you were traveling to England. Were you traveling to England? I mean, you wouldn't be necessarily going by, well, I mean, depending on what part of the UK you were going, you would be going by boat, I guess. Italy is the boot, right? Vicky. See, Vicky with 2 K's and an I, that's somebody else trying to chime in here. There's no way that that's the same spirit from the 1700s. Hell no. So Vicky, is there anybody in the chat that knows somebody named Vicky? I mean, Vicky is short for Victoria, like Queen Victoria. That was a green flash. I don't know. I just feel like this has something to do with England, and I don't know why I'm feeling that. Spirit, can you give me verification that I'm on the right track with saying England at all? Oh, really? It could be that you're picking up on some kind of stagnant energy still. It could very well be. I mean, every person that is sensitive feels things differently, right? Like they're going to feel energies completely different. Right? I feel when it's a malicious entity that is very heavy and thick, I feel like I'm like
I was
walking
so scared.
through sludge, basically. You were so scared. Oh gosh, that's so heartbreaking. Ugh, I hate when those messages come through. I'm very sorry, Spirit. I'm very sorry. Did you have anybody there with you? Yeah, see, this is definitely like maybe stormy rather than illness. Well, maybe you're picking up on what they felt in that moment, though, right? Because if it was stormy seas, you would have been feeling nauseous and have like a pit in your stomach, and then you would have that doom, that impending doom feeling, right? So it could be that you are sensitive and are picking up on that energy. I absolutely hate when those messages come through, though. Like, it's so dark here. I didn't want to die. I wasn't ready. I shouldn't be here. I'm so scared. I hate those messages when they come through. They just absolutely crush me, you know? I think it definitely would be so awful because you know that there's nothing that you can do. I mean, because a lot of them happen in the dark and the water temperature is so cold and you're being tossed about, and then you have the heavy weight of the ship and everything inside, and then it's panic and
Need time.
screaming, and then there's the fear of all the things that are in the water are going to come and get you too, not just how long can I tread water and how long can I keep myself warm. Yeah, I think drowning has got to be one of the worst ways to go. You need time. Okay. Well, then I can give you time because you want me to get you a priest. And so I will have to go and find one. And I can do that tomorrow because it's obviously 11 o'clock here right now. And I'm not waking up a priest to ask him to give last rites to a spirit from the 1700s. They will lock me up in Pinoca, okay? So, no. But in the morning, however, I can stop by there and grab some holy water on my way by and just, shove you into a little room with them, I think. Right, Pinoca. I would fit right in there if I did that. Goodness. I can tell that you've already been affecting this light here because it's quite dim, and I just finished fully charging all of these before I started the live. They've been charging all day, so there's no reason for that. Plus, it's a solar, so it stores energy. Your neck. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't even want to say it out loud because as soon as the thought popped in my head, I had the answer. The answer was given to me. So, you broke your neck and you drowned in the water. I think that there's still boats involved, but I think because as soon as the thought
Yes, we're here.
Yeah, as soon as the thought popped in my head, I had the answer. It was saying, yes, you broke your neck and you drowned. That's awful. You were thinking something else? Oh, yes, you're here. Oh, my light is flickering, so that means you're trying to drain this one too, hey? That's okay. You can go ahead and you can take the energy from all of these devices, okay? Like, feel free. I've got lots of them here. If it wasn't so late and I wasn't surrounded by senior citizens, I would put on my REM pod for you, and because you guys seem to like to take the energy from those a lot. Yes, I agree. The older that they are, they need more. They also don't understand a lot of this equipment, right? And the way that we talk is also very different. The way we dress is very different. The way we look is very different. Also, if the spirit is very recent, it's almost impossible to get them to communicate because they just don't know. And unless they are full of like rage and stuff, and then that's when shit can get really scary. It's like, I don't know if you all watch the Twilight movies or not. It's a really bad reference, but you know, when they talk about the newborn vampires, that's basically newborn spirits too. They are very unpredictable. Yes, it's very futuristic. Kid. Did you have a child? Are you asking about, or did you not have a child maybe? I don't know. Kid is just a very random word to throw in there in the middle of our conversation. Very strange. Yeah, exactly. The sun could definitely have been. I mean, that's okay. Well, the light's suggesting that that is what they meant by sun. When you said sun earlier, you spelt it like the sun in the sky, but you meant your son? Are you inquiring about your son? Yes, you just flashed again. Yes, okay. Okay. Um, I need more information, sir. I don't know who your son is. But if you were from the 1700s, there's a good chance he was from the 1700s, and that means that you've both been gone a very long time. It could be. I mean, back then, most people didn't live to see 40, right? And a lot of the children died. A lot of them died. It was very unsanitary and like just unsanitary and stock full of disease and, sexual diseases as well. Drugs, and like it was just really
Benjamin.
awful back then. Benjamin. Your son's name is Benjamin? Your son's name is Benjamin, maybe. I mean, it is rare to get a lot of names coming through, and we've had only a very small amount of names, and I think that it's mostly been this one spirit that we've been speaking to. What threw me off is that Vicky, though, especially spelt that way. That could have just been a flyby spirit, who just saw that there was a doorway open and decided to take a peek. Obviously, am I on the right track there? Obviously. Wow, okay. Well, shut my mouth. Okay, sir. Obviously. Hope you don't make fun of my hair again. Jeez, I had such a uppity spirit the other day that was making fun. I had my hair up in a messy bun and it kept saying, nice hat. Like I said it like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, it's not a hat, it's my hair. And then I wore my hat that I have on right now, and they were making fun of that too and saying, nice hair. I was like, what? Why are you guys obsessed with my hair, spirits? Do you think that's funny, huh? Making fun of me? Hazel and Agatha, yes. Those could very well be, Or like I said, they could have been ports that they stopped at. It could have been ladies of the night. It could have been relatives. It could have been his dogs for all I know. I mean, I don't know. When they throw out names like that, it's so bizarre because a lot of the times it's not in response to what is your name? Or if it is, it's so far down the line, right? Blackbeard, yeah. Blackbeard probably would have been around your time, right, sir? Did you know the pirate Captain Blackbeard? Hmm.
3 children here.
Oh my. Okay. There's 3 children here. Are they your children? Because my 3 children are not here. My 3 children are grown ass adults and they are not here. 3 children here. Are they your children? I would assume that they would be your children. Agatha, Benjamin, and Hazel. Yeah, you're right. So, Spirit, can you verify, are Agatha, Benjamin, and Hazel your children? Can you...
Liar.
Liar? No? Okay, those are not the children. He is not happy with that answer. Holy crap. Sorry, sir. We're very sorry. They're not your children, or those aren't the names of your children? Yikes, I don't know. I've never had them call me a liar. They usually go, you're very honest. Benjamin was the son. Well, I mean, that's what I thought. Chat's very sorry, sir. Oof. Wait. Benjamin Hornigold. Is that your name? Is that your son's name? Benjamin Hornigold? Wow. That's freaking crazy good information. See, I need you on my team so that you can be doing research. I'm just a solo investigator. It's just me. I gotta do all this shit on my own. I ain't got no time for that.
Taylor.
Taylor. Okay. Taylor. Now we're coming with more names. I am so confused. Okay. Benjamin Taylor, maybe? You know, if you're willing to come here, I don't have, like, my vehicle has been parked for 3 years because it requires the most expensive tires on the planet, apparently, even secondhand. And I'm on AISH, so I just can't afford that shit. So it's parked. So I'm walking everywhere to do investigations, which means I'm walking in Camrose, which means it's about to be
Joyce.
winter next week, and that's not going to work. Okay, so we've got Benjamin, we've got Taylor, we've got Joyce. You're in BC. Oh, well, that would be a long drive just to do an investigation. Although I did have somebody from England want to come and help me. They were saying, how much do I have to pay you to do it? I was like, no, you don't pay to do that. A lot of times I have to pay to investigate places. Absolutely, you could if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know how you'd want to be paid in like fried farts and donut holes is all I can afford right now, but I mean, it might be something we could discuss further down. Taylor and Joyce, the names of the children. You don't want to offend the captain. I know, right? I don't want to offend you, sir. I'm wondering if maybe the last names or if those are just relatives down his lineage. Because I mean, the 1700s, and these are more modern names that he's throwing out now. You do it out of interest? Well, then, you've got the job. If that's honestly something that you want to do, heck yes. I mean, there's only so much history that I can take. And when I do in investigations, like when I'm doing a full investigation and I do an interview, I'm the one that's going to ask the questions and write all that stuff down. It takes a long time. Okay, now we've got another name, Vincent. And now you're deciding to get a little closer again, hey? So Vincent is a good name? Is that the last name? Is Vincent the last name? Yes? Taylor Joyce Vincent. Maybe Taylor Joyce Vincent. Maybe that's one name. Maybe it's three names. Maybe Vincent is the last name. I don't know. But three children here. And it was said out loud the three previous names, and you called me a liar, and then you gave me three more names. So I'm very confused, sir, and I really don't want to offend you. Um, oh, what do I ask now? My gosh. Um, okay. Can you tell me what town you're from? What village, maybe?
Evening.
Well, good evening. Yes, it is evening. It's okay. We've already been talking for over an hour now. This is just becoming really weird now. Can you tell me what your mother's name is? Or your mother's maiden name? I mean, you could be right there. It could be mother's name. You know, sir, I would actually. Oh, God.
Good and evil here.
Yes, I am aware. But thank you for verifying yet again that that evil little bastard is still here. You still feel the same, right? Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, that was really creepy. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but I just heard a really evil laugh. Like a really evil
No, I
laugh.
didn't.
No, you didn't? Well, I sure did. Thanks for responding immediately, sir. But I just heard in my left ear an echoing, oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, never mind. Sorry. No, never mind. I totally debunked that. I forgot that my patio door is open. It's drunks outside. Never mind. Carry on. Just one too many 420s today, that's all. Totally forgot. The back of my apartment building backs onto Boston Pizza, and so there's drunks out there having a smoke break right now, and that's what I heard apparently. It sounded like it was like right behind my left ear though. Okay, so can you give me a town or a village, a hamlet maybe that you're from? Or just give me a continent. Just narrow it down to a side of the planet at least. And this is why I tell people, like, if you think messages are for you, to write down and do it in columns of a yes, no, and a maybe or an I don't know, because then maybe later you'll be able to decipher more and
Sarah.
go, oh, maybe that was for me. Another name, Sarah. Okay, see, I asked for a hamlet, a village, a town, and you gave me Sarah, sir. That's very true. That's very true. Well, it could be that Elemental could be trying to do that, but normally he likes to just take over the chat entirely and just start spamming it with a bunch of nasty messages to me. The mother's name definitely could be one of those names. I don't think so. I think this is the same one from the cemetery that just doesn't want to leave. I I think that I'm making it weaker by everything that I'm doing to try to get rid of it, though, because I don't feel it as much. Like, it was giving me migraines multiple times a day. That just doesn't happen. I have chronic migraines I've had since I was like 7 years old, and migraines don't come and go throughout the day. You usually stick with a migraine for a couple days. With me, it's usually 2 to 3 days. Then I get violently ill and it goes away. Not bad, feeling crappy, vomiting, completely drained of energy, and then, oh, back to normal 15 minutes later. Like, this is stuff that they do because it's oppression, right? And they know that
Jasmine.
they can get fear out of you. Jasmine. Okay. Wait a second here. Jasmine is a word, especially how it's spelt right now, should not exist in this database at all. Yeah, the migraine thing is weird. Jasmine is usually spelt with an E at the end, and the fact that it's missing an E is very weird. The fact that it's in this database is very weird. Jasmine can be a flower, a perfume. It could be a woman's name. It could be a city. I mean, tea. Like, yeah, exactly. Tea. Like, it can mean so many different things. And normally we don't get a bunch of names like this. And that's usually when I start to wonder if it's the elemental just throwing shit out to confuse me and play
You are
games
not
with me.
safe.
Yeah, exactly. So you're verifying that. All right. All right. So you want to play games with me, hey? You want me to get my stuff and do that cleanse again? You didn't like it the last time. But thank you for telling me that I'm not safe. I am actually, because I'm protected by the light and the love of God. Not to mention all of the stuff that I'm surrounded by right now, but I could definitely do another cleansing. If that would help you, Spirit, to come through and push that elemental farther back, I mean, I can do that. When it said that the woman, when it was talking about the woman earlier, she's watching me, she's in the corner, that comes through a lot. I think that I know who that is as well, because my brother had come through a couple times, and she is the one who killed him and then took her life after, and I think that she's preventing me from being able to cross him over and preventing him from communicating with me fully. We had a beautiful conversation during a 10-hour live. Absolutely beautiful for a few hours. And then she came in and started oppressing me.
Doreen.
See, there's another name. Okay, so I'm going to have to do some cleaning because there's way too many names coming through now and it's just getting way too confusing. Like, I don't believe that this is the captain anymore. I bought mine online from, shit. I'll have to look that up actually because I can't think off the top of my head because I bought a lot of equipment the last 2 months from a bunch of different places. Like I just bought stuff off of Etsy. I don't recommend buying from Etsy, by the way, if you're in Canada, because your shipping is going to be a hell of a lot more than the item. And then you have to pay duty. And yeah, it has cost me an arm and a leg to shop through Etsy, so I won't be doing that again. But I think it was Ghost Stop, actually, where I got my... I'm pretty sure that's where I got my REM pod and my SB7 and my ANC. I'm pretty sure it was Ghost Stop. So, wrong. You're saying wrong that I can't get rid of you? Because I can bring the shaman back if you like, and I can also go and get a Reiki master this time too.
Day.
Day what? Wrong day? Is that what you meant? Wrong day? About an hour from me, yeah. You got dragons ready for a snack? Want to know what's funny about that? My youngest son's name is Dragon. His name is John Dragon. Okay, so I think that there might be some interference in this chat, so I'm going to do some cleansing again because I don't like that you're trying to manipulate this live. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that validation. Thank you. So I'm just, yeah, you're really making it go off now, huh? Oh, this stupid thing. Okay, so I'm gonna start cleansing again then. This time I'm gonna start and finish with my spray again.
Oh, well, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, even before I spritzed. I believe that it is a malicious entity, a little elemental that followed me from a cemetery about a month ago. So again, I'm just going to do my sea salt and wood sage spray around myself, around all of my equipment here. I love the smell of it, so the more the merrier. And we're going to do some single tones. And we're going to hopefully get rid of this bad guy. Usually it's just those Tibetan bells that can make the chat change, but like I said, this guy is particularly bratty. So I did protect myself, but I did not cleanse myself when I left because it was really dark and it was cold. I had 2.5 mile walk there because I'm not driving these days, and so I had to walk across Camrose to get there. Then I did the whole live. Yes, I do have tattoos. Yes, I do have tattoos. Thank you for acknowledging that. Probably the first time you saw them because I was waving my arms around. But by the time I got home, I was already so weak and exhausted, and it took me 5 days before I could stand up properly. It was bad.
Don't be alarmed.
Thank you. Thank you. I won't be alarmed. You don't be alarmed either, okay? What I'm doing is not scary. It's going to help protect you as well as me and the chat, okay? Okay, I'm going to do the singing bowl next. And then we'll finish with the drum and the spray again. Attic. Is there an attic in this building? There probably is, right? I think it maybe most apartment buildings might have attics where they can access ductwork and stuff like that. Is that where he's hiding? Is that where I just pushed him to? Was the attic? Ooh, thank you for that flash. That was great. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do the drum.
Forgive me.
Forgive you. I know that you want to be prayed for. I will do that for you tonight, but I cannot get a priest for you. You like that, hey? But I cannot get a priest for you tonight. I'm not a big city like that. Can you wait for the priest until tomorrow morning? Can you give me validation, please? I can still do prayers for you tonight. I can do Catholic if you want. I can do pagan if you want. I can do whatever.
The rumors are true.
What the fuck does that mean? Hi, Jamie. Thank you for that. What the fuck does that mean, guys? Help. The rumors are true. That's not actually an answer to what I said, though, Spirit. I mean, are you talking about the rumors about the Catholic priest? Because we all know that. We all know that. You know the rumors about the Catholic priests. But the what rumors he's referring to, Captain, I really don't know what you're I don't know, sir. And I really don't want to be disrespectful, but you're making me really laugh. Okay, I need to do the drum here, the Tibetan drum, because I need to finish this. Thank you for verifying with that flash. Thank you. So again, I'm going to try to show you guys the drum here. It's so big that I can't really fit it in there. You guys noticing the flashing there, because Spirit is acknowledging that I'm almost ready to do this. Oh, you're laughing at me. You're laughing at me. Oh, you little bastard. Oh, that is very true. That is very true about the rumors about the pagan. I mean, they were all very, very super religious and super sketched out by stuff like this. Like, I would have been, yeah, you verified that, right? Like, because you would have burnt me at the stake, right? You would have thought that I was a witch. I mean, I'm not going to deny that is partly what I do, but I don't consider it to be witchcraft what I'm doing, because this is, I mean, not all witchcraft is bad either. You know, there's black witchcraft and there's white witchcraft, and I'm not doing either. It's just, to them it would probably be considered sacrilegious and witchcraft, right? Okay, so now I'm going to finish with the spray. You didn't like that and you laughed at me. But that's okay. That's okay, because I'm still going to get the holy water, and I'm still going to get the priest, whether you like it or not. There we go. Now, spirits, I need you to listen to me, whether you are baptized or not. Because, sir, I know that you said that you were very religious, but it does not matter what religion. It does not matter if you're baptized or not. You are protected by the light and the love of the one true God. And this nasty, malicious, elemental spirit is not. Yes, I do.
You have nightmares.
Yes, I do. I do have nightmares. It's because of, well, PTSD mostly, but I also believe that you are giving them to me by whispering in my ears, correct? That is what you said earlier. You nasty little bastard. He is funny. Hiya, docs. How's it going? You've been having nightmares too? Yeah. The difference between a regular nightmare or a night terror for me and what's been happening lately is this very much doesn't feel like it's my nightmare. It feels like I'm almost like I'm watching a movie is what it feels like. Normally my nightmares, I'm the center of it, right? It's all things coming after me. But the nightmares that I've been having when I do happen to fall asleep for like 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time, yeah, they don't feel like they're mine. Yeah. And that's sometimes what happens when you are a sensitive, when you are an empath, if you are a psychic or a medium, or if you are being influenced by these bastards. I don't like to call them spirits because they didn't have a soul. And this guy, he was never human. He has always been a little protector of the forest. And he tells me that all the time, that it's the forest and it's cursed and he wants me to go back there. And I'm just afraid that if I go when I'm not 100%, that I'm going to be attacked worse.
Thompson.
Thank you. Is this my Auntie Lynn coming in again? I think you've been protecting me, Auntie. Right? You've been trying to protect me from this elemental. Yes, I know. I know. But unfortunately, my auntie passed in January, and her name and an aunt and uncle of mine that are married has come through multiple times. And it was just their anniversary yesterday. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Emily.
Why are you here?
Well, I'm here so that I can help you connect with your loved ones that are still here. I'm trying to give you your voice back. I'm also trying to enlighten people that death isn't something we should be afraid of. We continue to live. We just don't continue in this body. "24 minutes long." Spirit, did you have anything to do with that? Is that why you are reacting right now?
Doris.
Again with these names, hey? Heavy breathing, screaming, and growling. Well, I will tell you that, yeah, you're verifying that? Any device that can record sound, you can use to try to capture spirit voices. However, you need to be very careful. Now that that doorway has been opened, and you've heard those things, that doorway's open. And unless somebody closes it, anything can come through. I'm not a psychic and I'm not a medium, and I cannot close portals, but I can close sessions. Yes, you have to always, you can't just say goodbye. There's things that you have to do in order to make sure that it's done properly. But what you definitely need to do, Emily, is you need to be, you're going to need to cleanse. You're going to need to do a sage smudging, and you're probably going to have to do, yes, a closing prayer. You're probably going to have to do saging of the space that you were in. All of you that were there are going to need to be saged. You may have to salt every window and every door. No, you might think that you're fine.
Good spirits here.
Thank you. Thank you for validating that. You might think that you're fine, and you might not be. That's unfortunately what happens. But unless you are prepared to deal with both the good and the bad, you definitely shouldn't be trying to communicate with anything. What do you mean, Cedar?
Gilbert.
Doris Gilbert. Oh, well, the best thing to do would be to get a physical medium to come and close a portal if you have a portal. If you're just speaking like I am, you opened a little doorway of communication. then you can do closing prayers, you can do the smudging and everything. You don't have to go to far extremes. However, if you're having the spirit voices coming through on devices and you didn't intend for that to happen and they're trying to reach out to you, that's not a good thing. And if you start to feel like the energy is a little bit too much after communicating, Cedar, you should definitely be saging anyway. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you're saging, you're probably doing it wrong. You need to sage from top to bottom. Okay, so you always start at the attic and you work your way through every corner, down every wall, and all the way out the door, and you salt the windows and the doorway as you're leaving that space, and you work your way down, and you do the same thing when you're smudging yourself. That's right. That's right. Thank you for validating. And you work with the same way yourself. You work from the top to the bottom. Doris Gilbert, okay, so there's maybe something to do with Hollywood. But then again, that could also be, this elemental messing with me. Yes, a simple closing prayer should do it. You can do rosemary for sure. I mean, you don't have to go as far as sage, but if you want to be sure, you should definitely do sage. You can even do some Palo Santo and some frankincense if you want.
I'm a man.
Yes, sir. We do know that you are a man. Thank you. Thank you for verifying. But yes, if you feel like, even if you feel like your energy isn't yours, the best thing that you can do, you don't even have to do a smudging, you should just do it anyway, is go barefoot and ground yourself for at least 15-20 minutes, bare feet in the ground, right in the dirt. And just stand there and absorb some of the energy up from the earth again. And that can sometimes just balance out your energy and give some of that negative stuff back to the earth, right? You can try that first before doing anything else and see if that helps. But, I'm a firm believer that everybody should be saging, like at least once a week. Everybody, whether you have activity or not. It's a good idea to clear other people's energies because we're around so much of it, right? We are around a lot of EMF all day, around all these devices. We're picking up that energy. There's constantly living energy and dead energy constantly flowing around us 24 hours a day, and sometimes things just get stuck to us, Yeah, you definitely have to be very, very careful. Yes, exactly. Kinetic energy. Yeah. And that's another thing too, is that
Fred.
a lot of people, okay, well, Fred is my ex-father-in-law and he just had a heart attack in June, but he is okay. But again, that has come through as well as my Aunt Lynn Thompson, and Fred is your dog too, hey? Yeah, like another thing that spirits get accused of all the time is being a poltergeist, and sometimes poltergeist activity isn't even from a spirit. It's sometimes from our emotions, and it's just psychokinetic, right? We call it PK. And it just means that we have a hard time regulating our emotions. And so unbeknownst to us, that energy is being released into the room, into the space, and it's actually causing poltergeist activity. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is we don't know fully how to control our energy. And that's why spirits are able to do things that we can't. They can utilize these devices and try to communicate. We don't know how to do that without physically using our digits. Hello from Alex. And then also, there's energy that comes from storms, which can increase the spirit activity and the communication. There's also energy that can be stored into natural elements. our emotions don't necessarily affect the spirit's emotions, but they feed off of our emotions. They're what I call energy vampires. And the more malicious they are, and the more powerful that they are, the worse it is for how much they're going to drain you. Sometimes all of my devices will die right away. Sometimes, they're on the whole time because the spirit doesn't know how to do that. I did a live at the museum here a couple weeks ago, and I got about 18 minutes in, and all of my devices were going crazy on this old combine. And so I said, if you needed to use some of the device's energy to come through, that's fine. If you wanted to use a little bit of my energy, you could too. And as soon as I said that, my phone froze. It booted me off of live, wouldn't let me open TikTok again. Both my tablet and my phone dropped down below 75% instantaneously. My phone was overheating in my hand and caused my hand to start profusely sweating. And I ended up that was it. I got 18 minutes of that live and that investigation, and that was it. And the rest I had to film in pieces over the next 2 hours because my phone just would not behave properly because that little bugger just wanted to keep draining me. And unfortunately, that's what happens. They don't understand how to use their energy well enough. They don't know how to regulate our energy.
Standing behind you.
Yeah, I thought you might be because I just started to feel pressure on my lower back. That's why I adjusted myself. This guy doesn't want to leave me. And I've done a lot of things to try to get him to go, including getting a shaman. And so my next step is to bring her back, but also get the Reiki master and help get this energy gone. And after that, if this thing is still around after that, I don't know what the next step is because you can't deal with elementals the same way you can with human spirits because they belong to the earth. They've been here protecting the earth and they cling on to you because you've done something to piss them off. I went to the cemetery and I did an investigation and I had great evidence happening in a tree beside me. And I think that is where this thing was hiding.
Well.
You were treated well. Well, that is very, very lovely to hear. That is very lovely to hear. Are we still speaking with the captain? Because I don't think the captain is here anymore. I think the captain got scared away. Yeah, exactly. I think he's been gone for a few minutes now. Like, ever since the don't be alarmed and all that, I think that's when he disappeared. Honestly. I would like to speak to the captain again, please.
Watch yourself here.
Are you threatening me? You don't want to threaten me because that's not going to go well for you. You know I'm getting a priest tomorrow, right? And you know that I'm surrounded by all this protection right now and that you have no authority, no dominion over me. You cannot touch me. You cannot harm me. You got super tired all of a sudden? Yeah, I just have like an ache across my middle back, just like somebody's putting a lot of weight there, right? Yeah, right? Release the dragons. That's something that Captain might know something about from the 1700s. I mean, was there dragons back then? You were 70.
I was 70.
Finally, we got an age. You were 70 at some point in the 1700s, if this is still the captain. You were 70. Hmm. Yeah. Across your shoulders, yeah. Like to me, when a kid climbs up behind you and they wrap their arms around your neck and they want to piggyback, but they just tuck their knees up instead of wrapping their legs around. That's kind of what it feels like for me. Just the last like 5 minutes or so, it feels like that. I don't really feel that pressure on my leg anymore, so that's good. But whatever this entity is that's behind me, I don't think is the same thing. I think that elemental likes my right leg and likes to disturb my chat in my dreams, but whatever's behind me, I think is actually my ex-stepmom. I really do.
Skull.
Yeah? What about it? There's a skull right here. Is that what you're talking about? The skull on the spirit talker? I think any time is a good time to send in the dragons, honestly. Yeah, no, I definitely feel it's a different energy too. I definitely feel like this is not the same spirit. It's not the same entity. I feel like, okay, I feel like this one is a little bit more powerful. Yeah, I definitely feel like this energy needs to back up off of me because it is like really getting difficult to breathe. Now, the thing is, if this is who I think it is.
Died very recently.
Really? You died very recently. Well, my auntie did die very recently. January is very recent. So if this is my Auntie Lynn, can you give me verification like you did yesterday? And the day before and the day before? We are a very large family and there's lots of names that you could say. But the ones that you like to say, it was just their anniversary, right? Raven and Harriet? Uncle Leo came through yesterday too. Can you give me something, Auntie? Are you with Grandpa and Uncle Tim? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? You do what you have to do, but if you feel like your energy is depleted that badly, then you might need to do something about that. You could try with the prayers alone, but that might not be enough. And that's not to say that everybody in the chat is going to be affected, but if you are a little bit sensitive, you might be feeling the same things. Yeah, that too. Drink some water.
Bert.
Bert. Well, I mean, other than that possibly being short for Alberta, I don't think that's validation enough for me. So I'm not going to say, yes, I'm speaking with my aunt right now. I think that I'm still being toyed with a little bit. Maybe do a pinch. Do you have Himalayan salt?
You're aware of me.
Yes, I am, Spirit. I am very aware of you. If you have a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, just put like a little pinch in some water. Just a little pinch. You don't want a lot. And drink that, and that might help too. Like I would say, you know, yeah, you're right. It is better, but we don't really have a lot of access to that. I know I have zero access to that without ordering it online. And I know nobody has black salt, but that would be perfect
Matthew.
too. Again, Matthew, and it's spelt with one T. Okay, now that name has come through 3 times now, spelt that way. I've never seen it spelt that way before. I had the name Elric come through a few nights ago too, and I was like, what the hell are these words? And the word thumbscrew. I was like, what? Why would that exist on an app like this? What does that even mean? And it was an old English torture device.
Stream.
Okay. Matthew, stream. Oh, gosh. Your son's name is Matthew? Spelled with one T? Are you shitting me? Stream. Well, we are streaming. I am streaming this, if that's what you're meaning. If you're meaning water, there is a stream. It's not at the cemetery. It is relatively close to it, though. I mean, unless that's what you're telling Cedar to do, is go to a stream. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to go do that this late at night, though, but that would work, too. Standing in a stream. Oh, really? With one T? Wow, that's amazing. Well, maybe somebody's trying to come through for you. You'll do that tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, it's just all about like trying to reset and cleanse your energy, right? So that you stop picking up on these energies. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shitty place to be right now, hey? Fuck. I'm so sorry. You don't have the salt? Okay, I mean, you can try the table
Benedict.
salt too. The pink Himalayan or Celtic or black would be better, but I know that you're not gonna have the. So just a little bit of white table salt or sea salt. Don't use kosher. Not to mix with water. But you could also, if you have bath salts, you could try just, cleansing yourself. Just, you don't even have to do like a shower or a bath. You know, just take a sponge soaked with a little bit of bath salt water and just bathe yourself, and you can try doing that too. Don't drink it. Please don't drink it. Benedict. Man, I really want to have eggs Benedict now. Jeez, spirit, I'm starved. I'm not making eggs Benedict at midnight, okay? Benedict. Now that could be an old English name, an Irish or Scottish name. It could be a first name, a last name. It could be a lot of different things, really. These names are just, they're so random. I feel like I'm being toyed with right now, and it feels almost like somebody's blocking messages. Like it's almost like somebody is either here or in the chat that is trying to prevent a message from coming through to them, and it's just putting a block up. Like, I don't know how else, like it's like those privacy windows that they have in like limos. I don't actually know if those actually exist in limos because I've never been in one, but in the movies they have like those privacy windows that go up that are tinted. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like occasionally that window comes down a little bit and then it goes right up again and things start to change.
Here.
3 dragons should be okay. Well, let's hope. Here, you're here with me. Oh, really? I mean, if you want to try to come up in a box and see if that's who is trying to come through, sometimes it helps if they can hear your voice and see your face. Oh, goodness. Okay. Affair. You feel better? Okay. Yeah, you should definitely do some cleansing in there then. If you already feel better walking out of that room, definitely. And, just because you don't have, activity that you're aware of in your home, it's your bedroom. Okay, just make sure that you say the intention out loud. This is my space. You have no right to be here. You have no dominion here. This is protected. I'm protected.
I'm in my 30s.
Okay. Benedict here. Affair. I'm in my 30s. Somebody must know something. Yes, you have to set boundaries. Just like you set boundaries with the living, you need to do that with the dead as well. And most of them have no problems just adhering to that because they don't want to piss you off. They want to stay. Most of them want to stay.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea for what? What is the bad idea? For her to set intentions? She's going to set the boundaries and there's nothing that you can do about it. Do you understand me? She is protected. You have no right to be in her space. Can you acknowledge that, please? Acknowledge that you understand that space does not belong to you, it belongs to her. I'm sorry, I'm assuming that you're a woman. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. So now you don't want to speak?
You saw me.
Well, I thought I did, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. So that was you. Okay. Can you tell me why you were peeking at me behind that headstone? I knew I had seen you so many times, and you can see it in the video. You can see it in the video that I keep looking over there because out of the corner of my eye.
Growl.
Uh-huh. I didn't hear a growl just now. So if anybody did, please let me know. But I did not hear a growl. But sometimes they just say that. You're trying to threaten me, huh? Well, that's not going to work. You know that St. Michael is here, right? Oh,
1600s.
Now it's the 1600s. See, you are the liar. You are the liar. You're not from the 1600s. I mean, you might be, but this isn't the captain. You're trying to pretend that you're the captain, and you're not. So you know that St. Michael's here, right? St. Michael can protect all of us in this chat right now. St. Michael's here. What do you got to say about that? You want me to start doing all my cleansing again? Because I'll turn the chat right off. I will end this live and we will get to business. I told you I'm not going to go and get a priest tonight. I'm going to do that in the morning. But that doesn't mean that I don't have other people I can go to right now. Because that shaman, she just lives a few doors down. You don't want to threaten me. Sometimes they know when I'm getting ready to sign off, and they'll start doing stuff like this to keep me engaged and start making it seem like who I'm wanting to talk to is going to come through, or who somebody else wants to talk to is coming through. And it's just a way to manipulate me, right? And I know what I was doing was working, because my tablet's only gone down by 8% since I did the last cleansing, and my phone is back up to 100 now, whereas it was draining entirely before. This flashlight is definitely more dim than it was. This one is still full power, though. This flashlight is still full power, it seems. There's been no interaction with this at all. The static meter hasn't gone off in a little while. Scary. You're trying to be scary, I know. I'm not afraid of you, though, because I am protected by the light and the love of God. I am his daughter. And you have no right to touch me, to harm me, to take my energy. You have no right to affect anybody that is in the chat. Really?
I respect you.
Well, thank you. I'm not going to say the same, because I don't believe that I'm speaking to a spirit right now. I believe that I am talking to a murderer right now. I believe that I'm speaking to the woman that took my brother's life and then took her own. I have no respect for you, Sandy, whatsoever. I hope that you stay right where you are. I don't want you to go to hell. I want you to stay right where you are, trapped. I will not pray for you, but you will let my brother go finally. I would pay attention to your dog right now. Watch the breathing.
Had a hard life.
Yours is barking. That's interesting, too. You had a hard life? Well, I'm sorry, but if this is Sandy, you did not have a hard life. You were going to be doing hard life, and that's why you did what you did, because you were embezzling millions of dollars from the company that you worked for in England, and you were told that my brother was going to be
Lucille.
sent to live with my dad, and you didn't want that. And so you took his life and then took yours. Like a fucking coward. Lucille means nothing to me. Lucille means nothing to me. If you really want to help and you really do respect me, then you can give me the location of where my brother is buried. We know he is in England. We know that he is in some farmer's field, but we would like to know a county at least. We would like to know a direction. He needs to be brought home. He was 7.
Environment.
Yeah. What about the environment? Can you give me more, please? Are you affecting the environment? Is that why people's dogs are being affected? Because I have a feeling that is you. And you can stop that now, because I already told you that you have no right to affect anybody involved in this chat. None. You have no right, no dominion over them. You understand? Make it go all the way to the red if you understand what I'm saying. You have no right and no dominion over anybody. Come on.
We're making contact.
Well, I know that. But I need you to make this go all the way to the right. All the way in the red. Come on. You're almost there. Jackson, if you're here, can you make it go all the way to the red, baby? Good boy. Come on. A little bit more. Come on, baby. Let's go. A little bit more for Riri, okay? Thank you. That was almost red. Yeah, I know. You're a little bit weak, huh? Do you need me to turn on a couple more devices for you? Can you give me some kind of validation that you want that? That was almost red. That was almost red. Is this one too hard for you to communicate with? Okay. You don't seem to have any
Malevolent
interest.
Force Grips.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I kind of figured that. That's why I was doing what I was doing. You need to back away. Or I'm going to make you leave. Do you understand me? Make that go red if you understand. I will make you leave. Thank you. Why are you turning my laptop on? You heard that, right? You heard my laptop just come on?
Suddenly.
Well, exactly, suddenly. The other day, they turned on my freaking Amazon Echo and scared the bejesus out of me and everybody in my chat by yelling for 5 minutes nonstop. And it was in do not disturb mode and do not listen. This is exactly what happens every time I decide I'm going to leave. Yeah, you really don't want me to. Look at that thing pegging now, huh? Because you don't want me to leave. You guys see that, right? This is what happens when they don't want me to go. They try a lot to get me to stay. And the longer that I stay, the weaker that I get, and the more of a headache I get. But I think I'm going to close it out and I'm going to do some cleansing. So how do you feel about that?
Call.
I don't want to continue talking to you. We're going to end this call. I don't want to continue doing this. I'm tired and you're making me ache. Okay? We can continue to talk tomorrow. No, you can stop making that go in the red now. I'm going to close the chat. I'm going to close this call and cleanse. And in the morning, I'm going to go.
The attic.
Yeah, I'm going to go. You really are not happy with me right now. I'm going to go and get that priest and that holy water too. I know that you're saying the attic. I think you're trying to get me up there. And I don't want to go. I don't even know if there is an attic in an apartment building. I'm assuming that there is. Oh, you're verifying that there is, huh? Yeah, the static meter is going to go off now because you're going to pull out all the bells and whistles to get me to stop. Well, you can turn on the notifications for all my lives if you click on Camrose Paranormal at the top of the page. And it'll take you to my TikTok homepage. And then at the bell, you can click on that, and it will tell you to turn on all notifications for all lives or whatnot. But I do try to go at least once a week to do these mini sessions. And tomorrow I was planning on going back to the cemetery. You want me to go back to the cemetery, huh? And do an investigation there and try to get rid of this elemental that's attached to me. Yeah, you really like that idea. You really like that idea. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that once I go there, I'm going to be attacked a little bit more. And so I need to do really a good cleanse tonight and really a lot of protection tonight and tomorrow. And that's why I'm stopping at the Catholic Church, not only because the captain wants me to get a priest, but I need to stock up on some more holy water. So, and it doesn't hurt to stop by there. I'm not religious, by the way, for anybody that's watching. I am not. My family has multiple religions, both sides. As children, we were, given the option to choose if we wanted to attend church or whatnot. We never did. As an adult, I've attended a couple different churches. I don't think that you have to go to a building and pay money and sing a bunch of songs in order to talk to God. I'm spiritual, and I am spiritually protected by the one and true God. And I am his daughter, and I am protected by his love and his light, as is everyone in this chat. And you have no right to attach to them, to affect them, to touch them, to follow them. Do you understand me? I need you to verify and validate. Yes, please go in the red again. That's going off. Please make the K2 go in the red if you...
Killing.
No. We are not doing that again. No. Before sleep for a newbie, definitely there's things that you can do. If you have sage, obviously you can do smudging. That's not necessary though. Rosemary would work. I would suggest one of the...
Beverly.
Okay, well, earlier it said Fred, and Fred was married to Bev, who passed away. And I actually was the one that found her and tried to revive her. Gosh, that was about 23 years ago now. But Fred did just have a heart attack a couple months back. But what you could try...
Echoes.
Oh, God, I hate those messages. You're trying to keep me by sending these messages. You're trying to trick me into staying, and it's not going to work. If you have bath salt, or you have any sea salt or table salt or Himalayan salt, bath salt, you can just do...
I'm playing games.
Yes, you are playing games with me, exactly. You can just take a sponge in some warm water with a little bit of bath salt, and you can just wipe yourself down, like sponge bath style, right? Not SpongeBob, sponge bath. And if you don't have bath salts, what you can do is either a pinch of Himalayan salt in some water, and I mean just a little tiny pinch in a glass of water, like 8-ounce glass of water. If you don't have Himalayan salt and you don't have bath salts, then you can do table salt or sea salt, not kosher. It's already been blessed. It's not going to have the same effect to cleanse you the way that you do. You can also go and ground yourself too. And all you need to do is just go outside for 15 to 20 minutes barefoot and just stand in the grass and the dirt and absorb some of the energy of the earth and let some of that negative energy go back into the earth.
Can you stay a while?
I'm sorry. I know you really want me to stay. I know you really do. And you're trying all the things to get me to stay. I see you're making my meters go off and everything. And you're making me quite sick at the moment, though. And I've told you that I don't want you to do that to me. And I think that you might not be doing this on purpose, because I think this might be my brother. Jackson, if this is you, honey, I need you to back up. Yeah, the meter's going crazy. Jackson, baby, I need you to back up off me, okay? I need you to back up a little bit. We can talk more tomorrow, okay? Okay, good. Yeah, I would definitely try
Smith.
the bath salt first. Okay, now again, Smith, my Auntie Lynn could be coming through again with the Smith because, again, we're related to those. But I think that this is just trying to trick me right now into staying. It's going to say anything. I would definitely do the bath salt thing. If you don't have sage, that would be the first thing that I would do. You don't have to have a full bath or shower in it. I'm just taking sponge, dipping it in some warm
Mockery.
bath salty water, and sponge bathing yourself down. Yeah, you're making a mockery out of this by trying to keep me here. And I'm not going to play your games. I'm going to be done. I'm going to start cleansing and ending this live. I understand that you like to talk to me and that you are enjoying this, but not when you're making me sick and you're affecting everybody in my chat. You're affecting their animals too, and that needs to stop, okay? Yeah, I saw that.
My name.
Do you remember what your name is? It's okay if you can ground yourself in the morning, but I think that you should definitely try to do some type of salt cleanse for sure. If you don't have, I mean, even if it's just to ease your mind, right? And I'm a firm believer that I think everybody should be smudging with sage a minimum of once a week, but most people don't. And they don't understand why they would need to. But all that does is cleanse bad energy. And we pick up energy everywhere we go. We pick up energy from every electrical appliance that we have, every device. We pick up energy from the sun, from the other people. And so it's always good to just, get rid of that energy and just start anew. And so I'm going to end this live now, and I'm just going to do a couple things to cleanse it before I close out. As always, I'm going to start with my spray. If you're looking for a spray rather than, a bundle, this is something that you can try. This is Himalayan salt and wood sage. And this isn't a be-all, end-all, cure-all, but for people that don't like burning of the sage leaves, this is something that is more like a room spray. And it definitely helps. And as soon as I spray it, it happens every time. Every time, as soon as I spray it, a message will instantly come through. Yes, you can. You can leave us and leave the chat because we are done communicating for the night. And so I'm going to continue closing this out. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight, for interacting with Spirit. I hope that everybody was able to get some answers that they may have been thinking in the back of their minds. And, I always tell people that, Spirit knows what you're saying. And so just because you're in the chat down at the bottom doesn't mean that they don't see your messages. But sometimes if you hop up in a box, they can see you, they can hear you, and you can communicate better. It doesn't always happen though. A buddy of mine a week ago tried to communicate and nothing was happening. And then 2 days ago, the entire live was for him. All of the messages for over an hour were for him. And that's sometimes how it goes. But I hope that you all were able to take something away from this tonight. And yes, if you are afraid that an energy might be, attached to you, or you just want to be, extra careful, you can definitely do a smudging with a sage bundle. You can, put a little bit of salt in water. Like I said, don't use kosher. But the best thing for you to do would be, other than the smudging, is to do the sponge bath with bath salt or Himalayan salt. I know nobody's going to have black salt, but that really would work ultimately the best. But yeah, just setting intentions too and saying, this is my space and it is protected. You are not welcome here. Anything that you can do to say that can even ease yourself is going to help in the long run. But once again, thank you all for joining. And yeah, I try to do this Spirit Talker mini sessions at least once a week, sometimes twice. Depends on if people are asking me to do sessions too. And then it'll probably be tomorrow that I do an investigation at the cemetery. But I do really need to protect and cleanse myself really well before I go, because of what followed me and hasn't left yet. And I don't want to pick up anything else. I want to leave it there. But yes, thank you all for watching, and please stay safe out there. Much love to you all, and have a good night, I guess.